Hey, welcome to Cajun Red Zone. We're here talking to Coach Edwards, defensive line coach, Raging Cajuns. Coach, talk a little bit about where you guys at. Everybody, we know the first group. We know White, we know Ringo, Hamilton, but talk about some of the guys behind him and where they're at now and going into the Southern.
Well, I think you said the first group. It seems like we have quite a few guys that we think that are first group guys. Probably the first guy would be a local kid from Carencro, Jacoby Briscoe. Kid came from us last year from Miami, transferred in, had a chance to get himself together, and he would probably be the next one. The next big guys come in. Behind him, we have Marv Martin, who's a guy going to be inside, who's been a veteran here, played a lot of reps last year. Then we got the two young guys that's going to be vying for that probably fifth or sixth spot, and Romaine Douglas and Roderick Stevens, two guys from South, from Miami.
Of course, probably Roderick didn't redshirted last year, but Romaine's been in the fire as well as, and you said Briscoe sat out last year. So those are two guys that you're going to be counting on a lot, of course. And talk a little bit about. I've seen some improvements of some other guys out there, Coach. Darian Baptiste playing on that end position, and then Sherrod as well.
Yes. Well, Baptiste's going to be more of a linebacker role for us. With the big boy style we play, he's one of those big outside linebackers that could be a defensive end in certain rush situations. But we got a good group. Sherrod brings added depth. He'll probably be a 6 or 7 or 8 guy. And we're excited, especially with Romaine. He's played to us. We go into looking at Romaine as a starter. He's played reps. He's done it on film, creating stuff and brings a lot of different roles to what we do. Because obviously he's a more athletic. It's not saying none of those other guys are, but he does bring a different role into the package. And
those other guys, coaches, you say are all pretty big and all pretty strong, and that's one of the strengths of this. You guys, last 3 years, this bowl team is you've been able to get good size on that line, maybe control the line, control gaps at times, and so you're looking for more of the same this year.
Yes. We're not. This is second year in the system. So obviously we feel comfortable about what we're doing, and just Ringo and Justin Hamilton, those guys that have an unbelievable camp, 4 years with us, and they know the Cajun way. Those guys are the reason we're doing all that building around here. Those guys have been a fixture, been a foundation for the defense for 4 years, and we're excited. Marquise White is another big body. So you're talking about 4 or 5 guys that, 290, 300-pound guys that's, they're just not heavy nose tackle type guys. They are big athletic guys, which allows us to do a lot of stuff on the back end.
Coach, that's one of the things that's made the Raging Cajuns a very strong team and battling for conference champions the last 2 years. Is you guys on both sides of the line, but since you're defensive line coach, we talk about defensive line. Is this that you have a good core group of linemen, and we've had good size and they've been able to execute what you want to do in this defense.
Yeah. Well, with our foundation being, our base is 3-4, obviously we are multiple, but you can't run that without men up front. And we've been blessed to have some men on the other side of the ball where we can have some good work in practice. Because, we got some big boys up front, offensive and defensively. And we're a mature group. They know how to practice. They know how to get after it. And they bang each other pretty good. You go by the training room and, they're not injured, but they show them they're taking care of their bodies. A lot of ice and, a lot of cold world to us. But we've been blessed to have big guys, and that's what we do. What Coach Reed Stringer talking about bull recruiting. We got some big bulls on both sides of the ball, and those big guys, it always starts up front, offensive, defensive line. So we've been blessed to have some big guys. They've done a good job. They've challenged themselves to change their bodies over the last 3-4 years they've been here. So we got some big, strong, athletic guys, and we're excited about it.
Coach, obviously, transitioning to game prep week now, and so 2 days over, camp's over with. Talk about what you're looking out of the guys preparing for Southern. They're the first team up, and so you're going to be preparing for them all this week, or starting today and tomorrow, and this week and Sunday, getting back into the game practice. But talk a little bit about what you're going to be looking for and then the mindset going forward.
Well, obviously we always look at the first 3 opponents all summer. So, we put in different times of the summer to look at advanced scouting on both of those guys. So we've had film on all 3 of those teams, and obviously we just going back over the notes and revisiting what we are. We really, Southern coming here, a championship team, Looked at the lineup, 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen are returning. They are a junior, senior oriented line up front. A lot of the guys have familiarity with those guys from being neighborhood schools and things of that nature. So ain't nobody trying to surprise nobody. They have a kid from Lafayette High, you know, so everybody has some familiarity with each other. We recruited a bunch of those guys, and so it's going to be exciting. The tension should be high, which is good. We want a good, hard football team. You know, and obviously familiarity with some of the guys on the staff. You know, I know that personally, the offensive line coach there, we worked together before. So it's going to be there should be some good activity. Everybody going to be excited.
All right, Coach, we're going to let you go inside and cool off a little bit. We're going to see you next week during the preparation, and looking forward to seeing Raging Cajuns Saturday, Southern.
Appreciate you having me out.
Thank you, Coach, as always.